This week's safety message of the week, the topic is on good housekeeping. Obviously, many accidents happen because we place stuff where they shouldn't be. So I want to talk about that. And yes, there's a regulation, but there's a regulation for everything under 1910-126, which is construction and or also in manufacturing on general industry. The government makes good housekeeping a workplace safety requirement. For us, keeping workplaces clean and orderly in a sanitary condition to the extent that nature of the work allows. Maintaining floors as far as practical in a dry, safe condition. Keeping floors, working places, and passageways free of any obstruction across or in any aisleway is absolutely critical. Passageways and also nails, splinters, depending if we're working with wood, loose boards, or unnecessary holes and or openings as well. In areas that contain flammable liquids, keep combustible waste to a minimum, stored in a covered metal receptacle and disposed of daily. Keeping outside grounds around buildings free of weeds, trash, other unnecessary combustible materials. Keep work areas neat, organized, but safe. Don't leave tools, materials, boxes, cords, cables, or air hoses on the floor. Matter of fact, this week I had a lady who was literally working with an air hose wrapped around her feet. It was unbelievable. Next, report loose floorboards, holes, or floor problems and get them corrected. Clean up all spills immediately. They are slipping hazards. Clean up small chemical spills according to the now known as the SDS and company procedures. Alert trained responders to larger spills immediately. And clean up non-chemical spills as well. I don't care if it's coffee, water, grease, oil, you name it. Never place materials in aisles or passageways or in stairs or on stairways. They're tripping hazards and can block emergency equipment and evacuation routes. Stack materials carefully so they don't fall over or block access to sprinklers. Have a place to keep all tools and materials and put them there whenever you're not using them. Another good idea is having a rack like for brooms and dustpans and that kind of stuff, shovels, equipment. Have a holder so you don't even have to bend to pick them up. It's a good idea. Don't leave sharp tools laying around with their edges exposed. Tools and equipment away from table or shelf edges so they don't fall. And when you talk about placement of something, and one that we just had happen, it was a nail gun as an example. The nail gun, the person was laying on the floor. The person tripped it, all right, because he touched the end, it went right straight through his big toe. That's the kind of stuff that can happen. So placement is critical. Keep all drawers closed when they're not in use. And lastly, avoid keeping food or beverages in work areas, especially where there's any kind of chemicals. That's my message for the week. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care.